Hey, what's going on? JD here, and I have a quick unboxing for you. Today we are going to unbox the Lezyne Trigger Speed Drive. It's a CO2 inflator, comes with an antifreeze jacket. It's made of aluminum, it's CNC machined, it's a CO2 trigger, and it's a Presta slip fit. So let's get into this. So pretty straightforward unboxing. As you can see, we have the CNC'd machine Lezyne trigger here. It's got a Lezyne laser etched in the side. You can tell this is all threaded. This is where the CO2 cartridge will screw in. We've got a 16-gram CO2 refill by Lezyne, as well as the anti-freeze jacket, so when you are inflating it, that when this gets really cool, especially if you're using a lot of air, that you don't freeze your hand, gives you a little bit of a buffer. So back again to the trigger, we can see we've got some nice grooves there, and we've got the trigger here. So this guy is slip on. A lot of these triggers will come and it will be threaded, so you have to thread it onto your valve. And the issue that I find with those is sometimes that when the pressure builds up, they can be a little bit tricky, but this is just slip on, and then the trigger is activated by pushing down up towards, and it will release the air. So if you have your valve like we do here, you just simply over the top, squeeze down, and that will start inflating the tire. So overall, a solid build. Looks pretty good. We've got a gasket there that may eventually wear out, but by that time, probably be on to something new. So, of course, we're going to jump in, take a look at the weight of these guys. So let's turn on our trusty scale and let it zero out. So the trigger itself is 23.16 grams. The sleeve comes in at 1.49, and the CO2 cartridge is going to weigh in at 58.51 grams. Now, chances are that you're going to maybe carry more than one of these, so that will obviously increase your weight. But the reason for going with CO2 over something like a regular bicycle pump is this will inflate your tire much quicker, as well as it is a lot more compact. So if you are putting things in your bar bag like this, it's just going to simply go in with your tubes and everything else, or sorry, your seat bag, and it's going to fit in there nicely. Nice and compact. You can forget about it. You may even throw in an extra cartridge. Again, that will just be a little bit of extra weight, but at the end of the day, you will just have that little bit more of inflation power. Now, that's where the biggest limitation for running CO2 is that you have a limited supply of CO2. So if you have multiple flats, you're going on a long trip, this might not work out for you unless you carry several CO2 cartridges or carry a pump itself. And then that kind of defeats the purpose of going with CO2. But to be honest, if you're riding around the city and you're just probably close to home, that you're not terribly far away, this is going to work fine. So the other thing is this is a nice little weight savings as well. Like if we take a look at just your average sort of micro plastic bike pump, and this is just a cheap guy that probably won't even inflate to 100 psi. It's quite old. The nice thing is unlimited air in this, but you're giving up weight. That guy weighs in at 108 grams, so it is heavier than the CO2 unless you start carrying multiple cartridges. And to pump something up with this pump is going to take you to 300 pumps for your tire, and that can get quite tiring. So overall, the Lezyne Trigger CO2 looks really good. It's nice and machined. The action is nice and smooth. And of course, you get your CO2 cartridge, which you can pick up pretty much anywhere for relatively cheap. So if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button so you get notifications. If you're interested in getting one of these Lezyne Trigger CO2 pumps for your bike, there will be a link down below where you can go check it out. So until next time, see ya.